Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Folks, today I'm going to be teaching you a super cool trick with a deck of cards. If you haven't seen the trick, because I imagine a lot of you are here from TikTok, here's the video.
Don't blink, check it out. I'm going to take this king and turn it into a queen, just like
so. The trick is basically turning a queen into a king, but it could be any two cards that you like. It's super simple and I'm going to teach you right now. But before we do, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the subscribe button and hit the like button, because why not? It's free and it really helps me out, so give that a go. Guys, this is so easy when you learn how this is done. If you haven't figured it out already, you're going to be absolutely mind blown. You're going to be doing it in 2 minutes flat. Really cool. So I'm going to give you another close-up of it here. You take the top card, that is a king in this case, you hold it, you can see it, it's just a king. Watch close, the king goes behind my hand for a second and turns into a queen. How is that possible? Well, it's actually really simple, as I say. Let's get into how it's done. Alright everyone, so for this trick you do just need a normal deck of cards, but you also need something else kind of sneaky. I'm going to show you what that is right now. One of these bad boys, or if you have some, I'm not sure if I do, some tape. Probably should have had that ready before we started. I can't find it, but guys, if you have double-sided tape, that'll work as well. I recommend using a glue stick. It kind of makes it a bit easier. Any glue will do, so long as it sort of, you know, works as a glue. Don't really know what that means, but anyway, we'll go with it. Guys, here's what you need to do. To set up this trick, you are going to need to ruin a couple of cards, which is why you might want to use double-sided tape, but if you use glue, that keeps them like that forever. We're basically going to create these two gimmicks. This is essentially the secret, guys. You have a card that is double-sided, a king and a queen, and you have another double-sided card, which is just two cards back to back, or face to face rather, like this. This essentially allows you to do a trick where you can take the cards, show the back of the card, take the queen, turn it into a king, and it looks like you've just got one card. So here is how we do it. So obviously to start off, you've got to create these two cards. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first things first, guys, you got to take the two cards that you want to change. In this case, I'm using a king and a queen. If you're here from the TikTok video, that's what I used in that for the King and Queen song by Ava Max. You're going to check it out. But look, guys, you got to take these two cards, basically put a little bit of glue on the back or double-sided tape if that, you know, if that makes any difference. If you're just doing this for camera, you don't have to be too neat, but if you're doing it in real life for real human beings, which obviously at the moment we can't really during lockdown, but you know, when we get out, you won't mind neaten it up and do all the edges. For me, I'm happy just to do it like this, make it nice and rough, squeeze, and then you might want to just leave it under a book or something for a few minutes to make sure it's nice and thin. I've taken these apart so it doesn't look great at the minute. If you did glue around the edges, it would look a lot better, but we're under a time schedule here, so we'll just stick to this. This shall do for now. Nicely done, Joel. Wait, where did that go? I swear that just vanished. Did I just accidentally do a trick? Oh no, here it is. All good. And of course then you got to do the same with these two cards, but instead of doing it back to back, you're going to do it face to face. So again, a little bit of glue on the cards. These are a bit warped because I've just taken them apart, and you're going to put them like this. Of course this does ruin a deck of cards, guys, but you know, for this trick, I kind of think it's worth it. It's pretty deceptive, and you don't need to do as much sleight of hand as to learn one of the previous tricks that I've taught you. So now that we've done this, we're ready to get into how the trick works. So here is your setup. You're going to grab your deck of cards like this. You're going to put this card like this, so the king is facing up. Whichever card you want to show first, you're going to have it basically on the bottom. So say I want to show the queen turning into the king, I put the queen so it's facing like this with the king facing up, and this card goes on top. So again, you have this card here, and that's it. Now to start the trick, this is what you do. You're going to grab these two cards, put your pinky finger here. This is called a pinky break in Magic. I'll do a full tutorial on this another time. And you hold like this. You can show your hands empty. And here's how you start. You're going to take the deck like this, clearly show the top card and say, look, we're going to take the top card, and you flip over two cards as one. This is what's called a double lift. Again, guys, I'm going to do more tutorials on this, but this is super simple because you're already like this. To start, you're going to flip over two cards. They assume you're flipping one, and then you can sort of pass off this one card. What this basically does is it gives the illusion that you're showing two sides of the card when really you're only showing the back of this one. And of course, because it's double-sided, you can push off, and it's really deceptive. So again, like this, you show here, you show here, you push off, and now you can get rid of these. Just be careful not to flash this card here. I would just set them down out of the way. You're then going to take the queen. The nice thing is, because it's stuck together as opposed to other sort of color changes and moves, you can handle this freely. You're not hiding anything behind. You can throw it in the air like that. And then here is how you do it. There's a couple of ways you could do this, of course. You could take it and shake it and flip the card around like that. That doesn't look quite as good on camera, but it looks pretty good in real life. Here's how I would recommend doing it. I like to hold my hand, show there's nothing here, cover the card, and as you cover the card, all you're doing is taking this finger and spinning it round like this. Of course, you don't want to end up showing like this. Again, if you glue the whole way around, you're not going to have this gap. It doesn't really matter, especially if you're doing it on camera and if you're doing it straight on. So again, you bring your hand up behind your hand, the card spins, then you can bring your hand away, show it's been changed, and then throw it up, show you've got one card, and that is it. Now, of course, I understand if you were doing this in real life, guys, somebody might want to inspect this card. This version does work better on camera. However, there are ways to get out of it, and I'm going to explain to you how those work right now. So if you have the advantage of a second deck of cards, guys, which I do, and you can get these really, really cheap, I would get a second king like this, or whichever card you're changing it into. And to start the trick, add to your setup by putting this card facing up on the bottom of the deck. So this means that once you've done the initial prep like this, you've shown the card, double lift, you change the card however you like to, you can then wait for the reaction, and in the second that they react, you're going to swap the king out for the bottom card. Here's how you do it, guys. You're going to get a little break underneath the bottom cards like this. If you give the card a little bend before you start, by the way, this makes it easier, guys. You can just get your finger in like this, get a bend, wait for people to react while they look away. I'm going to push this card in here and grab the deck like that, and that way you've switched it out for this one. That is a little bit more advanced. Honestly, guys, I think it's unnecessary. No one's going to expect that you've got a special gimmick card on the top of the deck, and again, if you're doing this on camera, which a lot of you will be during lockdown, it's not really a big deal. Again, all you got to do, show the card, change it like this, and then if you want to switch it, you have the break here. You can then hand it out like that, and it's all examinable. Of course, you then don't want to hand the deck out because you got these two here, but that has never been a problem for me. So that, my friends, is how to do the changing king. Oh my goodness, that was actually pretty cool. See if we can do this again. Ooh, magic. It's quite incredible what you can accomplish with a deck of cards and a little bit of glue like this, guys. Hey, guys, I'm posting 3 times a week on this YouTube channel doing tutorials, story times. I've got all sorts of stuff. So if you haven't already, make sure you do hit the subscribe button because you don't want to miss any. And you can hit the little bell notification because that does help get you alerted every single time I post a video. Guys, I'd love to know your thoughts as to what you would like me to teach next. So do let me know in the comments below what you want to see, because I'm listening to you guys, seeing what your thoughts are, and I'm going to help teach you so you guys can become an expert at the card table. But also not just card tricks, we're going to be doing loads more as well, so you don't want to miss it. Again, guys, hit the subscribe button. That is pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions about the trick, make sure you do leave them in the comments as well, because I'm going to go in there and answer some of those questions. Apart from that, guys, that is it for me for today. I've been Joel M. You have been whoever you happen to be, but I love you lots, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Peace.